Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with our first lesson, Peter Pan by James M. Barrie. Let me give you a little information about this character, Peter Pan. This lesson is an extract from J. M. Barrie's 1904 play Peter Pan and a 1911 novel Peter and Wendy. The character of Peter Pan is of a mischievous yet innocent little boy who would not grow up, who can fly and has many adventures on the island of Neverland that is inhabited by mermaids, fairies, Native American, and pirates. The Peter Pan stories also involve the characters Wendy Darling and her two brothers, Peter's fairy Tinker Bell, the Lost Boys, and the pirate Captain Hook. Mr. and Mrs. Darling were a happily married couple with three children named Wendy, John, and Michael. Mr. Darling did not earn much. What he earned was just enough to look after the needs of his wife and children. But Mr. and Mrs. Darling wanted the best of everything for their three children. So they were sent to Miss Fulsom's kindergarten school, which was a famous one in the neighborhood. The three children also had a nurse to take care of them. And guess who the nurse was? It was a huge dog called Nana. Here, nurse means nanny or one who looks after little children at home. Now, what does this para talk about? This story is about Mr. and Mrs. Darling and their family. The couple wanted the best of everything for their children, Wendy, John, and Michael. So the children were sent to one of the famous schools in the neighborhood, Miss Fulsom's kindergarten school. The children were also taken care of by a nurse, Nana, a huge dog. Let's move to our next para. Nana was an excellent caretaker. She accompanied them to school, carried an umbrella in her mouth in case it rained, and even bathed them. If any of the children cried at night, she was the first to wake up. Every day Nana waited in a room in the basement of Miss Fulsom's school for the children to finish school. The Darlings, their children, and the faithful Nana were a simple and happy family. Here, the word accompanied means went with someone. Now, what does this paragraph mean? This paragraph talks about their caretaker, Nana. Nana went with the children to school. She was extra cautious by taking umbrella with her in case it rained. She waited in the basement for the children to finish school. The Darlings, their children, were a simple and a happy family. Let's move to our next paragraph. Every night, Mrs. Darling had a routine. Routine means actions that are performed regularly or daily. It was a strange routine. She would look through the minds of her three children. She could see whatever the children had thought of during the day and the feelings they had felt. Then she would sort out their feelings and put them in the correct places. Sort out here means organize. She would put all their unkind and mean feelings at the bottom of their minds. Then the kind and gentle feelings would be put on the top of their minds. This was to help the children use the kind and gentle feelings first because they were on top. It was like tidying and clearing out drawers, sorting things and putting them back where they belong. Here, the word tidying means keeping things neatly. Now, let me give you an example here. If you had a friend called Rohan with whom you fought today, and you have a friend called Ria whom you have helped today, so you are placing your helping thought on top of your mind and the unpleasant thought of a fight at the bottom. So you can feel nice and try to be nice and helpful to others and not think about unpleasant thoughts. Let's move to our next paragraph. When Mrs. Darling was going through the kids' minds one night, she noticed something strange. She noticed that the word Peter was repeated in their minds. Peter wasn't anyone she knew. The next day, she asked Wendy about Peter. Who is he, my dear? He is Peter Pan, mother. Now, what these paragraphs talk about. Mrs. Darling had a strange routine of going through the minds of the three children every night. She would put all their unkind and mean feelings at the bottom of their minds and put the kind and gentle feelings on the top of their minds. This was to help them use the kind and gentle feelings first because they were on top. One night, when she was going through the children's minds, she found the word Peter repeating in their minds. On asking Wendy, she got to know that it was Peter Pan. Let's conclude here. In our next part, we will see who was Peter Pan. I have attached a file with question and answers related to the paragraphs in this video. I request you all to solve the questions with the help of this video on your own. Once done, cross-verify your answers with the one given in the file. Thank you.